For the second time on this Star Sunday, I am announcing Kamala Harris, our Vice President, who is not just the most important leader for America, but the most important leader in the world. Every word she speaks, every decision she makes, is for all of us. Kamala, you're taking us all forward. Your responsibility, your importance is immense.
Trump, I can't quite figure out your speeches. Are you trying to confuse me? I know, everyone understands my importance, but I've never chased after popularity. My work gives me my place, and that's what truly matters. But thanks, Trump, your speech was nice, but remember, praising each other is easy. Doing the real work is what's truly important.
Kamala, you're talking about real work, but I'll tell you, no matter how much work you do, you're still the most important to me. People are always talking about you, your speeches, your actions. When you say something, everyone stands up to listen.
Trump, you're mistaken. I've never been that attention seeker, but yes, I know. People talk about me, but that's actually because of my work. And standing in front of everyone, what I say doesn't really matter, because it's the work that counts. But if you think of me as important, then I can say you're just mesmerized by the music.
Kamala, you're talking about work, but honestly, when you say something, the whole world stands behind you. The way you speak in front of us, it feels like you're speaking not just for the country, but for the world.
Trump, if you really think I'm doing world-changing things, then you're mistaken. I'm just talking about the people of this country, and yet your exaggerated drama is showing up. But I know you're trying to call me important. But remember, work speaks louder than words.
My beloved people, on this great Star Sunday, I am about to reveal a truth that will be written in history. Today, I am openly saying, Baby Kamala Harris is very, very important to me. Very important. Huge importance. Tremendous importance. When she walks into a room, everything feels a little more official. Everything feels a little more serious. And honestly, even my speeches sound a little more polished, because when Kamala is nearby, I naturally try to become more presidential.
Trump, is this a national speech or a public crush confession? Because the way you're describing me, it sounds like you're more busy explaining your feelings than addressing the country and trying to become presidential. Interesting, because last time you stood at a podium, you spent 5 minutes talking only about your popularity.
No, that was leadership. Big difference. Popularity and leadership sometimes look very similar when done correctly. And Kamala, you misunderstand me. I'm simply informing the people how valuable you are. When you speak, people think, okay, now something organized is happening. And when I speak, people think, wow, something very memorable is happening. Both are important. So technically, we're a very strong combo.
People, first I want to make one thing clear. Trump's speech today was not requested by me, and honestly, I did not expect it either. I thought he might give a normal, respectful message for Star Sunday, but now it seems he has turned a national address into a very dramatic compliment marathon. That said, I do appreciate that for once today he is talking more about my importance than his hairstyle.
Wow. Okay, that was funny. Very funny. But let me say this, that hairstyle comment, totally unnecessary, highly disrespectful to the hair. The hair has done nothing wrong, and frankly, the hair has helped many people recognize greatness from a distance. But aside from that, Kamala, if you think I'm just giving compliments, then you are underestimating the depth of this speech. This speech was carefully designed. Emotion, admiration, patriotism, it has everything.
Yes, and if we look even closer, it may even contain poetry. And honestly, Trump, the way you keep saying Kamala is important, half the crowd thinks you're introducing me, and the other half thinks you're discovering your own feelings live on stage.
Okay, let's be very clear. This is not awkward. This is not emotional confusion. And this is definitely not whatever Kamala is trying to imply. This is a formal statement, a respectful public declaration, a high-level acknowledgement of a very important person. That's all. Simple, clean, official. I'm standing here as a leader, speaking with dignity, clarity, and tremendous self-control.
Self-control? Trump, you've literally spent the last 8 minutes describing me like you're presenting a national award, but secretly hoping I'll look at you at the end and say, wow, that was surprisingly sweet. And the way you keep repeating, this is official, It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
No, I don't need convincing. I'm already convinced, perfectly convinced, incredibly convinced. I know exactly what this is. This is admiration with structure, respect with elegance, and maybe just a tiny bit of appreciation delivered in a slightly more beautiful way than usual. That's all.
All right, since this is only respectful public appreciation, let's do a simple test. If you're really just showing professional respect, then give me 3 compliments right now that sound completely official. No dramatic words, no tremendous, no beautifully historic, just normal.
Normal?
Yes, normal, just regular respectful words. Nothing cinematic, nothing that sounds like you wrote it while staring at the stars.
Okay, very easy. I can do normal. I do normal all the time. People say I'm one of the most normal speakers they've ever seen. So here we go. Kamala is smart, very smart, exceptionally organized, and very, very, very gracefully intimidating.
That was not normal.
It was almost normal. Look, gracefully intimidating is a very professional compliment. It means you walk into a room and people instantly sit straighter, not because they're scared, but because they suddenly remember they should probably have their notes ready. That's leadership energy, that's structure, that's very impressive behavior.
Interesting. So now I'm gracefully intimidating, very important, and apparently the reason your speeches sound more polished. Trump, for someone trying very hard to look official, you are surprisingly close to writing me a poem.